It was a Rickless episode for 40 minutes, and that means our interest is gone, and gone is the title of this The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, Season 1, Episode 2. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here to review Gone. And Gone pretty much sums up all the supporting characters that we were introduced to this episode because they are also gone, including Nate, who was a little man whose death had an even littler impact on us. Nate died, we were supposed to care, we were supposed to cry, but I mean, we kind of just seen Rick and then Nate died. It was kind of like, who the heck really is bothered by this? I think it was a poor time for Nate's death. It certainly got overshadowed. You get the reunion between Rick and Michonne. Michonne is back, and then boom, Nate takes a gunshot to the chest, and I guess it only takes one little bullet to kill you when you're a little man like this.
Yep, he was 4'1", and I mean, let's be real.
After a shot, he was about 1'4" or something.
He was about 1'4". What the heck of this guy? I don't think he was too overpowered, but
he was probably the best character and that they introduced this episode.
Yeah, I'll happily accept that. But we were introduced to the likes of Aiden.
But he was no Okafor.
No, he was no Okafor. But we are introduced to the likes of Aiden, Bailey. We've got Ellie, who looks like the leader of the Survivor Caravan. This just looks like some gypsy, Jippo group.
Yeah, we get introduced to Ellie, who's the leader, but she's not treated like a leader. Everyone puts her down, including Nate, and then that's it. Ellie's like a one-off kind of appearance character. We don't see her after this. Michonne gets some help from Nate. He offers her a horse because she saved Ellie's sister.
Nate ran in like a wee little boy, as a little bitch. He ran in, he's like, I'm leaving. You got your sister killed.
Like a rat out of hell, I'll be gone. He looked at me like a rat, didn't he? Anyway.
His fucking nose was deformed.
Anyway, so yeah, Nate then gives Michonne a horse. She comes across this massive fucking horde of walkers. She shoots one using this explosive round. It blows up. And then we get like two explosions miles from either side, and it starts seeing seeing the walkers like open up like the Red Sea. And then Nate and Co are behind them, and they're like, we've come to help. And then they walk through the like opening, and it was like, thousands of walkers just opening up just so Michonne can perfectly walk through the gap so she can get to the destination where she needs to be.
What would have happened if the walkers decided, here, we're going to come back on ourselves here?
But I just don't understand why walkers are literally ignoring a person that is like maybe 20 feet in front of them to go and investigate explosions that are happening miles away. It makes no sense. The walkers seen her. The walkers were closing in on her. But you're telling me walkers are going to just abandon closing in on food just so they can check out a fucking noise that happened miles away?
No, ridiculous, man.
This is bullshit. They keep going, and yeah, Nate, he wasn't the worst character, but you do feel like The Walking Dead has went extremely woke. We've got basically women that are men in this show. We've got midgets. You've got all the interracial couples. I mean, it's ticking all the boxes. Trevs-chan can say this show's no woke. He can say The Last of Us is woke and The Walking Dead's real, but Walking Dead's as woke as it comes. Open your eyes up.
See, 20 years into Apocalypse, I just refuse to believe that this Nate guy is still alive.
Look at the original one. The people in wheelchairs, the deaf people. I mean, your chances of surviving that long when you're in a wheelchair and you're deaf is pretty much close to zero. Look at all the tough guys that have been taken out, the fucking military men. People that can handle the Meryl Dixons and Shanes of this world.
No, it's safe to say that if you got into by this point of the zombie apocalypse, you should have got into like a one-on-one fist fight that you have to win to survive. I would go pretty much everyone. And this guy, who's he going to beat? Maybe Rick?
Everyone beats Rick. So we see the helicopters closing in, some gas gets dropped, and I don't know what kind of chlorine. And it kills Aiden, it kills Bailey. It doesn't kill Nat, though. He survives because Michonne goes and gets him an oxygen tank. They then continue on their path for Rick. She offers him a place at Alexandria, but he's like, no, I will help you finish your mission. I will help you reunite with Rick. So he's a man of his word, a small man, but I guess his word's pretty big. His word is meaningful. Him and Michonne then go on their way, and we see more helicopters. He's got this like binocular thing, like, what do you call it? Not a telescope. What do you call a binocular? But it's like one lens, like a one-eye binocular.
It's like a pirate scope, isn't
Nah,
it?
some shit like that, some sort of scope. He scopes out the helicopters. Then Michonne manages to kill the walker that they were using to drag their little equipment's cart. And he gets suited and booted, and he puts this like wee helmet on, and he's got the, I don't know, not a grenade launcher, but he's got like these explosive arrow fucking launchers, and he's launching them into the air. And then I think at this point we realise that Nate was the one that killed Okafor.
Yeah. Well, I knew at this point it was going to be him because he's the guy that's been firing them the whole time. Michonne did it at the start, but he launches one, doesn't hit the helicopter. He launches the second one, and it does hit the helicopter, but it doesn't hit the front of the helicopter, right? Clearly,
Was there multiple helicopters? That's the only thing I can think of. Because I'm pretty sure.
No, there was only one.
I'm pretty sure with Okafor, the thing that takes that helicopter down is when it explodes.
Yeah, it hits him and explodes, and he goes into a million bits. It looked this one hit the back of the helicopter.
Yeah, therefore, but Okafor was in the cockpit, so therefore this one could not have possibly hit Okafor, but the helicopter goes down.
Is this not a pretty big flaw, though, if they actually think that this one that he shot here was the one that killed Okafor?
Well, maybe there was two. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe there was two.
All right, Trev, movie level, Walking Dead show, buddy. I think you should be getting these things right if they are wrong.
Well, maybe there was two. I don't know. The helicopter crashes. The soldiers try and get out. Michonne comes over, though, takes pleasure in killing them all, I guess, because they tear gassed or, chlorine gassed her friends. So now she's killing them. She kicks one over. She's going to kill this one, but it turns out it's Rick. So her and Rick look at each other. Big, the big romance shit, the big reunion. And I think they've plucked this romance out of thin air. Yeah, I'm not denying that they were in a relationship, but you just never see it with all the relationships in the main group. Rick and Michonne never felt like one of the most in love, like super romantic ones to me.
No.
Maggie and Glenn's probably the relationship that I think was the strongest in The Walking Dead.
Yep. Not easily.
Not this. See when like Maggie and Glenn were desperate to find each other, I don't think it felt forced.
No, it felt legit.
Although it did feel a bit strange how Maggie didn't really care about finding Beth. But Rick being so desperate to only find Michonne and escape to reunite with Michonne, not even caring about his daughter, that's very strange. But he asks his dude if okay. Michonne says that, yeah, she is. Nat's like, oh, is that him? Is that the guy? Is he still him? And then the next minute, boom, shot in the chest from one of the down soldiers that Michonne never killed. Rick goes over, kills him. Nat dies after trying to, say to Michonne, yeah, never give up. We found him. And then that's pretty much it. Rick explains to Michonne that you're going to have to pretend that you're awake. You're going to have to pretend that your name's not Michonne. You didn't come from Alexandria. You don't know me. The only way we can escape is for you to be captured. And I promise you that I will get us out of this. So Rick doesn't want to escape with Michonne now because he believes that Beale and Co. will track him, the CRM will track him down to Alexandria. But surely if he escapes at a later date, they're still going to track him down to Alexander anyway. Yeah. So they get taken back. Michonne gets interviewed. She begins to settle in. Rick says that he will communicate via notes, but be careful not to get caught, and that they will find a way out. And then the episode ends with Jadis breaking into Rick's apartment. Rick goes in. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? Jadis confirms that she knows that Michonne is here, and it's ironic how in a place full of all the dead, the walking keep finding each other. And that was pretty much it. And she threatens to basically tell everyone about Rick and Michonne if Rick tries to escape, sending a threat, asking Rick, what the fuck are you doing?
Should Rick be willing to let Jadis live for this? Probably not, but here, she's a woman. Even if she does look like a man, she's still a woman, and therefore Rick's not going to lay the smackdown on her. But that's it, guys, for Gone. Was it a massive...
What was your thought of the final scene? Like, since you glossed over it there.
Well, I mean, what, Jadis appearing? I never cared for Jadis in the slightest. But she's the one that helped Rick get in the helicopter, brother. I think Rick... If this is a guy, he probably slices her throat here with his big metal arm.
Well, look at how he treated Okafor. He wanted to kill him for no apparent reason, really.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to give this one a...
I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for me. It's a 6 out of 10.
I'll give it a 6 as well. I was going to give it a 5, but you know what? Nah. I'll add a few more inches for him since God didn't give him
I was too harsh last week. I think last week maybe should have been an 8. I don't know. I'm going to give this one a 6. I'm not going to downplay this one because I thought it was a decent episode.
It was alright, guys.
It picked up towards the end. I thought the start was very boring with Michonne, Bailey, Nat, Aiden. Just didn't really care for any of the characters. I think once we got introduced, once the CRM came on the scene, then we knew that Rick and Michonne were going to meet, and that was imminent. I think it definitely picked up after that. So yeah, guys, 6 out of 10. We will catch you in the next one. More Theory Fids to come, and also we will react to the promo trailer for episode 3. So stay tuned for that. 6 out of 10 for The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, Gone. And unfortunately for Nate, he is now gone. Who's better, Nate, Okafor? We're going to put it up for a poll.
It wasn't Nate, by the way. It was Nat.
Nate, who gives a shit? We'll put it up for a poll, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, though, peace.